All right, we've got a 2003 Toyota Sequoia. It's got the V8, it's got the SR5, and it is not four-wheel drive. This is the control arm for the passenger side or the right front lower control arm. Okay, and so what I do is I use this strap to hold the upper control arm and the spindle and the brake and all that junk together, and I just kind of tie it down to something, engine lift hook there. And that holds that whole situation up right there. I disconnect the strut. I disconnect the sway bar end link, which usually there's a little bit of tension on it. So you have to loosen the bolt up on the top to relieve the little bit of tension. And then take this one out here, down here, okay? Now the other problem is that these bolts here, sometimes they're rusted in there really bad, and you can see, so this is the sleeve that goes through there that adjusts the alignment. And this is the one that was in the front, and it was rusted and it came out, no problem, okay? But the one in the back, that one there, because it's rubberized mounted, when you tap on it, it doesn't want to move. So I've got this piece of 5/8 11 all thread, and I put it through the hole in the front one, and it's going through to the back one. Now, to get all this stuff apart, you have to take the bolts loose. There's a bolt in the middle here. You can see I've got my pry bar here holding up the rack and pinion. There's a bolt here in the middle, right there. Take that bolt out. Then there's two bolts. There's two bolts here holding the rack, okay? So you want this loose because that bolt won't clear it right here. It wants to strike this. So if you get in here with a torch or you do anything in here with this boot is in danger. Now, if you want to do this real fast and you're in a big hurry, you could go to the Toyota place and order these bolts. You could order all these parts and just drop this sucker down like that and cut it off with a Sawzall. That is the fastest way to do it. You'll spend more money, but that's the fastest way. So you can see how it's all the way up against it right now. And that's the part that's sticking out that you're going to want to press against with this all thread to press it out. Now, before I got into it, I hit it a few times with the hammer thinking it would just come out, okay, and it didn't. So I damaged a little bit. I'm going to need to clean that up with a file before I get it out, okay? But this thing here, I put a washer on it to keep it from driving into it, okay? Because this all thread's going to turn. It's going to turn and drive into it and push it out. And it works fine, okay? I've got it loose. It's all apart. But I had to drive it back in, okay, like this, so that I can dress the end of this because I've mushroomed it a little bit. And as it starts going through there, as it starts going through the bushing, it slows down a lot and stops about in the middle because it's too big. So I'm going to dress this little guy here and get it out and